Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I would like to tell you why I personally think, that most doctors are not very healthy. And I've come to these conclusions over many years of doing my own health and looking around me and checking things out. I do massage for a living, and I just don't see that many doctors are into alternative healing. And I don't consider it to be the alternative, because to me it's real healing. Natural healing is real healing and not just a quick fix. And doctors are all about quick fixes and just trying to heal people as many as they can by throwing a band-aid on them that's a toxic band-aid. And so let's talk about the reason why doctors are really not very healthy. And these 9 things that I've listed are not in any specific order, so you can put them in order as you choose, or maybe you have a reason that you think is even better than these. But number 1, doctors prescribe drugs, and drugs are not healthy. And so if you watch the commercials on television and you list down, or you just make a note of the side effects that are listed after each of those drug commercials, then you know that something is screwball here. And if you don't know that, I can't help you. Your intuition is out the window. There's something wrong with you if you don't get it when you watch those commercials and you listen to all the side effects that are listed, that whoever, the FDA or some government institution, forces them to list all of those. So doctors, they are prescribing something that you've got to think that they also know within themselves that what they're prescribing is not legitimate medicine from God. And most of you, if I am correct, are somewhat religious or spiritual. You're a Catholic, you're a Mormon, you're a Baptist, etc. And if you believe in God, then somehow you must know that this earth, this creation, is also from God. And you can call God whatever you want. I don't care what religion you are or what you like to call it. But you have to understand and realize that this whole thing that we're a part of is also from God. And that when people try and patent things, they're thinking in terms of cha-ching, money, and they're trying to create a corner on the market. And those kinds of people are not really ethical or concerned about the overall welfare of humanity. They're just trying to make as much money as they can so that they can buy big toys and have as much fun, that they think is fun anyway, as they can, and power. And so if you're buying into that, well, they're buying into that. They're the ones, they're like the corner druggie that you see in your bad neighborhoods that's prescribing those. They're pumping that shit out as fast as they can. Now, bear in mind that not all doctors have bought into all of that as much as I'm speaking about today. A lot of them are doing good for people operations. They're very beneficial for humanity, whereas the others are just creating a quick fix. They're just throwing a band-aid on people, and that's what people want. We live in a society that demands that you help me to heal in the next week or 2. And that won't work for people that what they need to do is change their lifestyles and make some major dietary changes and get away from all the chemicals that they're using. If you go to the store and you walk down the chemical aisle, you will see just all kinds of Drano and just toxic chemicals, and people have no respect for the earth, and therefore they use the same chemicals on their bodies. soaps and just toxic toothpaste and fluoride they put in their freaking mouths, and they put it in the water system as well. And so the doctors are all on board with that whole menagerie, and that whole menagerie is not healthy. And that's why they make water filters. And that's why when you go to the health food store, you can buy non-toxic soaps. And so, I'm only to number 1 here. This video could go on and on and on. Let's move to number 2. Doctors don't do herbs. Well, if they're prescribing prescription drugs, then they're certainly not going to do the natural medicine, which is herbs, which would grow right there in my garden, and all I have to do is go down and pick it, and it doesn't cost me anything, and there's no Medicare, there's no insurance of any way, shape, or form, and I don't have to wait in a line. Can you see where I'm going with this? If you have good intuition, and you believe in creation, Krishna, Allah, Jah, God, Buddha, whatever, then you also must see and think within yourself that herbs are the real medicine. And yes, there can be herbal extracts, there can be capsules with herbs, there can be all kinds of ways to consume herbs as long as they're still in a whole form and they have not been screwed with. And that's what the prescription drugs are. They are, a lot of them are partially natural herbs, but they've been extracted and they've been heated and they've been changed so that they can achieve something unique, something that's patentable. And so doctors don't do herbs. And those are some of the most important things. They're the medicine from Jah. Doctors don't go to the health food store. Well, that's probably because they don't want to see any of the herbs or natural medicines, and most of them are totally against all of that. And therefore, I'm going to go on with something else here that they also don't get because they don't go to the health food store. And the energy, just the natural and beautiful energy of the people as well as the products at the health food store is so far superior to go into the regular grocery store. Doctors don't eat organic food. Okay, so there you go. They don't go to the health food store, and the best organic food is at the health food store. Whole Foods, where I go, almost all of the, well, probably 70 to 80% of the vegetables, fruits and vegetables at Whole Foods, the one that I go to, Green Life, which was bought by Whole Foods, and also the co-op, is organic, and I stick with that religiously. And I don't like to use that word. Okay, so doctors do the drugs that they prescribe. Well, there you go. If a doctor is prescribing these drugs to their patients, then they're probably also willing to do them themselves. And so they're also going to get all the side effects, and that's going to spiral them downhill faster. And the more of these prescription drugs that they do, the more they're going to have to do another one to be able to offset the side effects from the first one. And because they're doctors, they have the ability to get these drugs easy and fast. Woohoo! Okay. Doctors live a chaotic and stressful lifestyle, trying to make a lot of money by quick fixing as many people as possible. This is absolutely true, and although many of them, probably most of them, had good intentions to begin with, they were also thinking in terms of, oh yeah, a doctor can make a lot of money, at least $100, $200, $1 million a year or more. And then what do you get out of that? Well, you get a big house right up there on the hill. I go walk by there, and some of those people, I'm sure, are doctors. And and you get a nice Mercedes. Oh my gosh, and they're thinking, woohoo, oh boy. So they're somewhat materialistic, and materialism is toxic, because if you can buy the best carpet, my God, you know, the best carpet, that's the most beautiful and toxic thing that you can have in your house. And you can have a great big, huge, huge, wasteful of the resources house. And that house is giving you a nice place to live, but it's also giving you a guilt complex, because nowadays it's not healthy to waste the resources. And the more electricity and gas that you that you burn in your house, the more ozone is going away, and the more you're creating the heating of the earth. And you know what that's doing? That's creating tornadoes and hurricanes and everything else that's going to put a big old crunch on people and humanity. And you're a bigger part of that than everybody else. And, you know, I could go on and on about that, but let's not. Let's go on to number 7. Doctors don't get massage. Now, I'm a massage therapist, and I got into this profession because it's so hugely healing. Massage, and number 8 is yoga. Massage and yoga, if you don't do those, you are going to become a stiff, because that's what massage and yoga does. It loosens you up. And as people get older and older, they get tighter and stiffer. And as they get tighter and stiffer, so does their energy won't flow as well. And that's why people exercise, and one of the 2 best things that you can do is massage and yoga, to loosen up your body and get the blood flowing, and get the lymph flowing, and get your heart pumping, and get your knots and tight bands released, and get your mind unwound. Whew. Number 9, doctors don't buy into much of anything alternative. So, what I have learned is that the real healing, the true and natural and real healing, it's mostly done by you. And you educate yourself from people like me, and from reading books, and from reading articles, and from trial and error. And what you need to do is get out and work in the garden, get outside and breathe some clean air, get some more oxygen in you, filter your water and drink plenty of it, juice, do herbs, massage and yoga, and go to spiritual gatherings. I doubt doctors do much of that, because when you get together with people and you share experiences and you look around to achieve your own understanding of what this world really is, then you get this deep-rooted understanding for what you need to be doing in your world as your mission, if you will, to be able to achieve that success that you're trying to achieve from what you talked to with God before you came here, and you promised that you would do something beneficial for humanity. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit choked up. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you well, and I hope that you understand the things that I try and tell you about. I'm not trying to be like mean to doctors, although I'm sure I am, but there are some really great ones out there that are doing incredible things, like they're going to other countries and performing operations on people for free. But for the most part, the medical industry nowadays has gone awry. And the ones that are doing great things, I wish you the best. But the majority of you, doctors, that are just giving people freaking prescription drugs and not giving them ample time, I just don't agree. I just don't agree with your thing. So be well. Bye.